Hi, everybody. This is Barry, or Barkermedes is his full name, because I'm a math teacher. But Barry is about 14, 15 months now. His mother was found in a dumpster, and she gave birth to two pups, and we got to have Barry. We do have another dog as well. His name is Milo, or we call him Meatloaf sometimes. But Barry, since we got to raise him as a puppy, we got to do a lot of his training, and Milo not so much. So hence the name Meatloaf. But I do want to share with you guys about some of the things and some of the means in which we trained Barry. So let's get started. We started training Barry in two main ways. The first was through puppy kindergarten. He, I didn't know how to train a puppy, so I took him to this kindergarten to learn more about it, and he actually became a trick dog. Uh, I tell him to sit, stay, and come. These are important for if we need him to stop doing something or if we need him to come to us immediately. This helped me teach him to be able to walk off leash. We taught him to go to his crate on command so that when we're leaving or if something happens where we need him to go in his crate, he feels comfortable in there. And he knows that this is a space where he can be safe in as well. Getting on and off of furniture is another one. Because well, we want him to be able to go on furniture, but at the same time, we want him to be able to lay down so that he's comfortable and so that we're comfortable. So if we're like if he's laying on the bed with us, he's not in our way or anything like that. Asking for his paw, that helps a lot with getting him to getting to his nails trimmed so that he can hold his paws. Uh, we didn't teach him to roll over. That's a big thing. I know a lot of people teach dogs to do, and they teach dogs to play dead and stuff like that. But we weren't training him to do anything for entertainment's sake. That's not really a command that he needs to know. So a lot of the commands we focus on. When I say command, I mean things that he can still say no to. He still says no to a lot of things, or not says it, but he refuses to do a lot of things because but he understands what we want and what we're looking for. Waiting to be fed is one that's we really emphasize because we don't want them rushing the bowl as soon as we're pouring food. So they wait and then they go and get it whenever we give them the cue. The second means of training Barry was through exploring. He learned to use stairs on his own, really just by watching us, and that really took his time. Like we didn't want to force him into it because again, he felt he wasn't safe or he felt like he might fall. But he, through exploring, we learned that he loves small spaces. We actually built a teepee. We built it for camping so he could get some shade and for his food and water and stuff like that. But he loves to go in there, so we use it in the house as well. So he'll go in his hammock or in there. Um, we found out that he's like a cat. He loves to sit on the back of a couch or on windowsills. So we actually built a platform for him to sit on and look out the window. Now he gets to explore and gets to run around the house, but he does still have boundaries. Like for example, he can't go in the kitchen, so he'll sit on the floor right by the kitchen, and he won't come in. Uh, Whenever he goes to the bathroom, for example, he only goes on the corner. He's only supposed to go in the corner. Sometimes there's mistakes and so forth, but uh, he'll only go to the back left corner because it makes it easier for us to pick up after him. Another thing that he learned to explore was the dog door. There's nothing. I installed a dog door in our back door, and there's nothing I can really do to have him actually go through that door, other than him just like poking his head through and seeing that oh it's an opening. Dogs don't really push their way through boundaries or walls. Like so, again, this isn't something that he's used to, but we let him explore for that, and eventually figured out that he can go in and out of the house anytime. And this has been great because now in the morning, when he has to go to the bathroom, he doesn't actually have to wake us up. He can just go outside on his own. He goes to the corner, and then he does his business, comes back inside, lays down, and we can sleep in on Saturdays and Sundays. It's great. He also learned fetch on his own. He would actually throw toys up in the air to himself and then go chase them. Um, and then I would pick them up and throw them for him, and he would bring them back to me. And then through this, I taught him fetch. So now, to an extent, he can put his toys back into his toy bin. He can bring me some things, certain items that I point to. Like if I point to a sock, he'll bring it to me. Overall, our training was about what we actually needed for him to be able to do. So I can walk him off leash now and trust that he'll come back to me no matter what. He's stopped on a dime when he was chasing a frisbee and a car was coming, and I told him to stop and sit down. He sat down immediately and just waited for me, so I don't have to worry about him getting hit by a car. He knows what go around means. So if I say go around, he'll walk around whatever item I'm pointing at. And this is great for if he gets his leash tangled up with a tree or a pole. Uh, the same time, we weren't training him to be a trick dog. He's very bright, which gets him in trouble sometimes. But and other trainers said that he's smart enough to be in shows and whatnot. But we really just wanted him to be happy. So we looked for what he enjoys in life, and we built his training around that.